Mecca, a fearless gaming star, wins the chance to play Forest of Yore. Her team navigates a treacherous landscape of cutting-edge tech and shadowy agendas. She grapples with growing feelings for her teammate and the strain on her existing relationship, whose Nurai companion harbors a sinister secret. When a series of mysterious incidents and shocking revelations threaten their world, they must embark on a thrilling journey of self-discovery, unmasking the truth behind the industry and the alien intelligence that lurks within, all while fighting to preserve the last vestiges of authentic human connection in an age where nothing is quite what it seems.
Forest of Yore, Janelle C. Sturbence. Chapter 1. The Jump. Mecca stands at the edge of a sheer cliff overlooking the glimmering Ravdian Ocean. Her iridescent purple skin reflects the azure rays of the setting sun. She gazes out across the wide expanse as she ruminates on everything that had transpired. 176,000 minds are synced with hers, their neural pathways intertwining through the live stream VR SenSync. They see through her eyes, feel, taste, and smell everything she's experiencing. The wind whipping across her face and the smell of the salty ocean. They even think her thoughts as she peers over the edge, the roiling waves smashing against the jagged black volcanic rocks below. A knot of fear tightens in her gut as she contemplates,
"That is extra steep."
her enhanced eyes calculating the dizzying distance to the churning frothy white waves below.
What if I regret this the moment I step off the edge, when it's too late to turn back?
Despite the flicker of doubt, Mecca's resolve remains unwavering. As her thoughts echo through the minds of her followers, they find themselves simultaneously gripped by her apprehension and captivated by her bravery. Mecca's authenticity and vulnerability are a key part of her appeal, allowing her followers to connect with her on a deep, personal level. Her valiant spirit and insatiable curiosity have earned her a devoted following, drawn to her charismatic presence and willingness to push the boundaries of what's possible.
She's so fearless.
Some think, their admiration for her swelling.
To stand on the precipice and still consider leaping, that's a special kind of strength.
Others undergo the icy tendrils of her doubt, wondering if they could ever be so bold.
I could never do that.
They reflect on their own limitations.
But maybe, through her, I can taste a shadow of that courage.
The thrill seekers suffer a surge of impatience, a hunger for the rush.
Jump!
They yell. Mecca stands tall and athletic, with a lithe, muscular build honed by years of physical training and adventure. Her hair is a cascade of thick, tightly coiled locks, flowing down her back in a riotous mane of dark curls. Her eyes are a striking, vivid turquoise, with flecks of gold and silver that seem to dance and sparkle with an inner fire. These are the eyes of a woman who has seen and experienced things beyond the scope of ordinary human perception. Her daring stunts are not just a means of entertaining her audience, but a way of pushing herself to new heights of self-discovery and understanding. She sees her platform as a way to share her passion for life and to motivate her followers to embrace their own potential. She enjoys seeing others reach their goals and believes the more she helps others, the better off her surroundings will be, which ultimately reverberates back. She yearns for authenticity and meaning in a world that is increasingly shaped by artificial experiences. Even as she pushes the boundaries of what's possible with LSVRS, she remains committed to preserving the essence of what makes us human, our capacity for empathy, creativity, and genuine emotion. Her ultimate goal is to use technology not to replace or diminish the human experience, but to enhance and enrich it in ways that bring people closer together. She wears a bodysuit made of a matte black, technologically advanced fabric that seems to absorb light. The suit is accented with glowing, golden lines that trace the contours of her muscles and highlight her agility. At her waist, a series of holographic displays and control interfaces are arranged, allowing her to access and manipulate the LSVRS environment with a few deft gestures. Meika's body language is expressive and her movements precise. She radiates an aura of strength, intelligence, and determination, tempered by a deep empathy. In every word and gesture, it's clear that Meika is a force to be reckoned with, a born leader. Some users connect to the omnisensory network through SenseNet, a wireless headset that creates a seamless, non-invasive brain-computer interface. Others opt for the internal chip. Meika has always been at the forefront of technological innovation, eager to experiment with the latest advancements and push the limits of what's possible. The addition of drones surrounding Meika adds yet another layer of immersion. With multiple camera angles to choose from, viewers can decide with mere thoughts how they want to experience Meika's adventures, through her eyes, or from an external viewpoint. By choosing their own field of view, they become not just passive observers, but active collaborators in crafting the narrative of Meika's adventures, a dynamic that Meika actively encourages and nurtures. For those who chose AI Auto Mode, SenSync analyzes data from millions of previous user interactions to predict which angles and viewpoints are likely to be the most engaging. Meika's intuitive understanding of her audience and her ability to anticipate their desires have been key factors in her rise to prominence. For subscribers who opt in to share their biometric and neurological data, it can even tailor the adventure to their individual physiological states. If a user starts to sweat during a particularly intense moment, it might intercut more frequent first-person shots, creating a shared connection. At the center of SenseNet is a highly sophisticated array of quantum sensors that can detect and interpret the minute electromagnetic fluctuations generated by the brain's activity. These sensors are so precise they can read the firing of individual neurons, creating a detailed map of the user's neural landscape in real time. This neural data is then processed by a powerful AI algorithm that uses advanced machine learning techniques to translate the brain's electrical signals into a format that can be transmitted over the network. The AI also works in reverse, converting the incoming data from the LSVRS stream into patterns of electrical stimulation that the brain can interpret as authentic perception. If the system detects any signs of distress or abnormal brain patterns, it can automatically modulate the intensity or even sever the connection if necessary. The headset is made of a lightweight, flexible polymer that adapts to the contours of the user's head, ensuring a comfortable fit. It has a latticed, lace-like pattern of microsensors and quantum processors woven into the polymer. Despite its advanced technology, it's remarkably compact and lightweight, weighing no more than a typical pair of glasses. When not in use, it can be easily folded and stored in a pocket or carrying case. Meika's minimalist style is reflected in her choice of equipment, always opting for the most advanced and streamlined tools available. The level of immersion can be adjusted. Some patrons opt for total immersion, their identity of self temporarily subsumed by Meika's, making her reality their own, while others are fully immersed, while also aware of their own realities. In a dizzying cascade of emotional connection, Meika's journey ripples out through not just her direct members, but their members as well. As Meika's fear courses through her veins, her followers feel it as their own, and their followers, in turn, are swept up in the maelstrom of second-hand sensation. Jaren marvels at her bravery, and his own subscribers, linked to his mind, savor his admiration layered over the primal dread radiating from Meika. Another follower, Senna, wrestles with Meika's doubts, and Senna's subscribers, privy to both Meika's trepidation and Senna's insecurity, find themselves pondering the nature of courage and its cost. It becomes a hall of mirrors, each level of audience refracting the sensations of the last, until the original impressions are amplified and transformed into something new. As she stands at the edge of the cliff, her heartbeat thumps in her ears. She takes a deep breath, and with a final fleeting thought,
This is what it means to be alive.
she leaps. For a moment, she hangs suspended, the wind pushing her upwards. Then suddenly, gravity seizes her, and she plummets towards the distant ground. The air roars past as she slices through the wind like a blade. Her followers feel the cold air and adrenaline surging through her body. Some laugh with exhilaration, others scream in terror. As she is about to crash into a part of the cliff jutting out, some cut the connection before encountering such a painful impact, even though they are made aware that the system doesn't allow experience of pain. At the last moment, she spreads her arms, engaging her wingsuit. The smart fabric snaps taut, catching the drafts and transforming her headlong plunge into a swooping glide. She banks hard, her razor-sharp reflexes guiding her between the looming mountains. Her devotees twist and turn with her. It's a thrilling ride zooming around the canyon peaks. The landscape is a sprawling vista of jagged pinnacles and deep, winding canyons, carved over millennia by the relentless forces of wind and water. The mountains loom large on either side of her, their craggy faces painted in shades of rust, ochre, and deep, rich browns. The rock formations reach towards the sky like the fingers of ancient giants. As Meika weaves between these monolithic structures, her wingsuit casting a dark silhouette against the sun-drenched stone, her followers catch glimpses of hidden wonders nestled among the peaks. Cascading waterfalls plummet from dizzying heights, their mist creating bright rainbows that dance across the canyon walls. Lush pockets of greenery cling to the mountainsides, vibrant oases of life amidst the stark, rugged terrain. The sky above is an expanse of the deepest, most vivid blue, broken only by the occasional wisp of cloud drifting lazily across the horizon. As Meika banks and rolls, her movements perfectly attuned to the currents, her followers are treated to a dizzying array of perspectives. One moment, they are skimming just above the treetops, close enough to see the individual leaves rustling. The next, they are soaring high above the canyon floor, the winding river below a thin, glittering ribbon of silver. As the ground rapidly approaches, her enhanced eyes, capable of processing visual information at an astonishing speed, quickly scan the terrain below, identifying the optimal landing zone on the sandy beach. She waits until the very last moment, allowing herself to plummet toward the earth at a breathtaking velocity, the wind roaring in her ears. Meika's thoughts are laser-focused on the task at hand. Steady, she thinks to herself, her inner voice calm and controlled, despite the intense pressure of the situation.
Wait for the perfect moment, then engage all systems for landing.
Her mind races, processing countless variables in the span of a heartbeat. She considers the moisture content of the sand below and the position of her body relative to the ground.
Adjust trajectory by 2.8 degrees,
she calculates, her thoughts as precise and analytical as a computer's.
Brace for landing in 3, 2, 1.
Just when it seems that impact is inevitable, she engages her finely tuned muscles, initiating a series of minute adjustments to her body position. Her followers are on the edge of their seats, their hearts pounding in unison with hers. With a subtle shift of her weight and a powerful flexing of her legs, she alters her trajectory, pulling up from the steep dive and transforming her downward momentum into a graceful, forward motion. Her subscribers feel a roller coaster of emotions, from the sheer terror of the impending impact to the overwhelming relief and awe as she gracefully pulls out of the dive, their minds reeling from the sudden shift in trajectory and the masterful display of skill and control. She touches down on the beach in a low crouch, her fingertips brushing the sand. A surge of triumph courses through her mind.
Yes!
She exults with satisfaction.
That's how you plant a landing, my friends.
Through Meika's eyes, they drink in the breathtaking beauty of the beach around them. The white sand, the pristine waters, and the bright foliage create a stunning, peaceful vista that stands in stark contrast to the intensity of the descent. As her enhanced senses pick up the sound of the waves and the cry of seagulls, her followers are transported to this peaceful oasis, the ambiance washing over them and filling them with awe. With a smile on her face and a gleam in her eye, she dusts the sand from her hands and sets off down the beach.
Amazing! That was a first-rate ride, y'all!
She shouts with a huge grin, her voice still breathless.
That's what keeps us going, right? Pushing ourselves, facing down the things that scare us, and coming out the other side stronger, sharper, more awake.
She pauses, letting the crashing of the waves fill the silence for a moment.
Just keep it in mind, right? Next time you're confronting something that scares you, remember this moment. Remember that fear is just a feeling, and feelings can be conquered. You're all stronger than you know. Trust me, I've been in your heads. I've seen it. So go out there and prove it to yourselves.
Then she feels brief, disjointed emotions, admiration and doubt. Thoughts echo in her mind.
What a crazy rush. I wish I was that brave.
Wait, what? Did that thought just come from outside myself?
She disengages the link, her faculties once again hers alone.
No, couldn't be.
She brushes it off. In homes and hive minds across the globe, followers blink and gasp as their own surroundings snap back into focus, the phantom sensations still echoing. Some weep with joy, others tremble with residual terror, but all know they have tasted a sliver of Meika's inimitable existence. And they will eagerly tune in again, hungry for the next chance to venture through her miraculous consciousness. After the thrill of the base jump, Meika returns home. As she steps through the door, the lights automatically adjust to her preferred settings and current emotional state, casting a serene glow throughout the open concept space. The apartment has clean lines, minimalist furniture, and intelligent systems that cater to her every need. The walls are adorned with high-resolution digital displays that can transform the ambiance of the room with a voice command, shifting from soothing nature scenes to vibrant, abstract art pieces. In the center of the living room, a plush, modular sofa surrounds a low glass coffee table that doubles as an interactive surface. With a wave of her hand, she can summon holographic displays, manipulating data and images with intuitive gestures. The kitchen is a marvel of innovation, with smart appliances that anticipate her culinary preferences. The countertops are made of self-cleaning materials that remain clean without the need for harsh chemicals. Throughout the apartment, discrete sensors work to maintain the ideal environment for her comfort and well-being. The air is perpetually fresh, thanks to advanced filtration systems, while the temperature and humidity are precisely regulated to optimize Meika's cognitive function and physical performance. She walks over to her hydroponic garden, a lush oasis of vibrant plants and produce that occupies a sunny corner of her living room. Using sophisticated sensors and AI-powered nutrient delivery systems, she is able to grow a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, and herbs with minimal water and waste. She finds a deep satisfaction in nurturing these living things and in the simple, grounding act of harvesting her own food. She relishes these moments of quiet and solitude, for the chance to step back from the constant demands of her public persona and simply be herself. When she's in the mood for something more hands-on, she often retreats to her workshop, a high-tech makerspace filled with 3D printers, laser cutters, and programmable materials. Here, she tinkers with DIY projects that blend traditional craftsmanship with modern technology, such as creating custom furniture with embedded sensors and interactive elements. The act of bringing her ideas to life and working with her hands provides a welcome counterpoint to the virtual worlds she inhabits in her professional life. Her apartment is filled with physical books and holographic displays that allow her to access an endless library of knowledge and literature. Using advanced AR technology, she's able to annotate and engage with the texts in new and immersive ways, such as projecting life-sized characters into her living room or participating in virtual book club discussions with readers from around the world. Of course, even in her downtime, she can't resist the lure of the latest gaming and entertainment tech. Her home is equipped with a state-of-the-art VR entertainment center that allows her to step into fully realized cinematic experiences and immersive game worlds. Whether she's exploring an alien landscape, solving a mind-bending puzzle, or engaging in a friendly competition with her friends from around the globe, Meika approaches these activities with the same curiosity and enthusiasm that defines her professional pursuits. Through it all, she remains grounded in the simple, everyday pleasures that have sustained humans for generations. She loves to cook, to experiment with new recipes and flavors, and to share meals with friends and loved ones. She finds joy in physical movement and exercise, whether it's a run through the city streets or a yoga session in the park. And she cherishes moments of quiet contemplation and introspection, using mindfulness techniques and sensory deprivation tanks to cultivate inner peace and clarity. Her bedroom has a large circular bed that seems to float above the floor, supported by a sleek, LED illuminated base. The walls are lined with programmable, color-changing panels that can mimic the soothing hues of a sunset or the invigorating shades of a bright, sunny day. She logs onto SenSync and sees a flood of notifications in her feed. Her jump has gone viral, racking up millions of views and attracting a staggering 482,000 new subscribers. Meika is amazed by the response, feeling a surge of excitement at the thought of so many new people experiencing life through her. Amidst the deluge of reactions, one message in her inbox stands out. It's from the National Gaming Lottery, NGL, the most popular LSVRS video game company in the world. They've taken notice of Meika's jump and are impressed by her skills and the engagement she's generated. The message invites her to enter her best VR gaming session sample into a highly prestigious competition. The rules are simple. Participants submit their most thrilling, immersive gaming experience, and the top 300 entries will be entered into a lottery. From those, 2 teams of 7 will be randomly chosen to compete in NGL's crown jewel, the Forest of Yore, FOY game. FOY is known for its hyper-realistic environments, intense challenges, and massive payouts for the winning team. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and Meika feels a thrill of anticipation at the thought of competing on such a grand stage. She can't deny the allure of the competition and the opportunity to push her skills to the limit in the most immersive gaming environment ever created. She imagines herself navigating the lush, dangerous world of Forest of Yore, her subscribers experiencing every dramatic moment right alongside her. As she weighs her options, she realizes that this decision could be a turning point in her career as an LSVRS star. The exposure and potential rewards of competing in FOI are immense, and she knows that her subscribers would be thrilled to see her take on such a high-profile challenge. The allure of FOI is undeniable, But at what cost? Would she have to sacrifice her creative control, her authenticity, and her direct connection with her subscribers? Would the pressure to constantly outdo herself and others lead to burnout, or a feeling of being creatively stifled? And what if she fails to make a strong showing? Could that damage her reputation and disappoint her loyal fans? On the other hand, sticking with her own channel would allow her to maintain her independence, her unique style, and her ability to craft experiences that align with her values. She wouldn't have to worry about corporate oversight or the need to constantly one-up other competitors. But would she be missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take her career to new heights? Would her subscribers understand if she passed up this chance? LSVRS extends far beyond entertainment. Medical students undergo the symptoms of various diseases firsthand, gaining a more intuitive understanding of what their patients are going through. Doctors use the technology to consult with patients around the world, sharing their expertise through direct experiential connection. Therapists employ it to better understand the inner worlds of their clients, literally seeing through their eyes and feeling their dispositions. The technology is also used to create immersive, therapeutic situations, guiding patients through visualizations, exposure therapy, or controlled confrontations with their traumas. Diplomats and mediators leverage it to foster empathy and understanding between parties in conflict. The technology is a powerful tool for breaking down barriers, finding common ground, and negotiating peaceful resolutions. Artists share their unique ways of seeing the world, inviting their audiences to step inside their creative visions. The technology enables entirely new forms of collaborative and participatory art, blurring the lines between artist and audience. Wildlife researchers invite their participants to share the exhilaration of flight, to savor the wind rushing beneath birds' wings as they soar above the forest, to see the sharp, vivid colors as seen through the eyes of a hawk or an eagle. They can inhabit the body of a cat and perceive the world through their acute awareness, from the soft brush of fur against their paw to the subtle scents that fill the air. They can also communicate with other cats in their own language, exchanging thoughts in a way that deepens their understanding. They can enjoy life as a plant, the sun's energy coursing through their leaves and the nutrients flowing up from their roots. They can sway in the breeze, comprehend the delicate balance of their ecosystem, the slow, patient rhythm of a life lived in harmony with the earth. It leads to a new understanding of kinship and responsibility towards plants and animals. Through a carefully designed consent process, animals can choose to participate in this groundbreaking sensory exchange. Those who opt in are fitted with specially designed SenSync interfaces that allow their consciousness to merge with that of a human. The process is entirely voluntary and is closely monitored by a team of experts in animal cognition and welfare to ensure that the experience is both safe and enriching for all parties involved. For the animals who choose to embark on this extraordinary journey, the experience is one of transformation and discovery. They suddenly find themselves inhabiting a human body with all the complexities and nuances that come with it. They can feel the texture of clothing against their skin and the intricate movements of fingers and toes. They can experience the rich palette of human emotions, from the depths of sorrow to the heights of joy, and everything in between. Individuals can shrink their perceptions down to the molecular level, experiencing the world as a single cell within a complex organism. They can feel the pulsing rhythm of the mitochondria as they generate the energy that sustains life, or ride the intricate networks of the endoplasmic reticulum as it transports vital proteins throughout the cell. Others have chosen to explore the realm of the subatomic, their minds merging with the electrons that flow through the circuits of their own augmented bodies. They can sense the delicate dance of protons and neutrons within the atomic nucleus, or surf the quantum waves of probability that underlie the fabric of reality itself.